Welcome back to the hotspot, everybody. You know what's changed? Our calendars. The kinds that, like you get, the ones you actually physically open and you hang up on your desk or you put on your table. Those change. They also change digitally, so if you have them on your computer. But you know what hasn't changed? Mother Nature. She is still in control of everything that's happening up in the skies. And who better to break down exactly what she has in store for us in a new year than our good buddy Landon Aidlet, who joins us for the first Workweek weather forecast of the year 2023. Let's bring in Landon right now in the KUM News Zoom room. There he is.
Good morning and happy new year. How's everyone doing?
Well, we're doing fantastic. We're up where I stay in Dedido. It was rather loud on New Year's Eve, let's just say. Apparently the King Car and Mr. Brown corporations are doing very, very well in the Canon market, but that's a completely different interview. But how was your New Year's?
Yeah, it was also noisy on my side as well, but it was a very late night bringing in the new year with the festivities. Lots of food and friends, and that's what it's all about here on the islands, and celebrating it with those who are close to you and try not to overeat. But that's all behind us, and the new year is blowing in rapidly, and so we're going to go right to the weather. Fortunately, it's been a pretty tumultuous start of the year, especially the end of 2022 with a lot of wind and light showers, but nothing significant as far as severe weather. That is our current visible satellite imagery of what's out there. And if you've been outside in the last couple hours, it's just not a good day if you want to be up on your rooftop painting your house. And that's what my only goal has been for the last 2 weeks. I've been on vacation and I'm still on vacation a few more days. And my only goal and plan is to paint my roof. And you cannot do that in these conditions. We have these clouds just sopped in over the Guam and the CNMI this morning. This is part of that persistent shear line that just won't leave us alone. So we are in the dry and windy season, but it doesn't feel dry out there. We just have these light nuisance showers and they just keep coming over us from time to time. I'm going to flip through screens right quick and go to the radar at the moment. This is what we're looking at, the Doppler weather radar. Just these showers, they just come through, they blow through, get everything wet. It might drop about a tenth or a quarter of an inch of rainfall in about 10 to 15 minutes. And then it moves on through, things dry out. And then it's another shower that just comes blowing through here. And of course, they bring wind gusts upwards of 20 to 25 mile per hour. And so that's what we're going to be looking at least through the remainder of today. The showers are going to gradually build in a little bit more from the east, moving westward. And that's going to be a theme through today and the next couple days. I'm going to go back to the satellite right quick, just to show the cloud top temperatures. These are the colorized infrared. There is an isolated chance of thunderstorms through tonight at least. We're not going to see the widespread lightning and thunder and stuff. It's going to be more of a one-hit wonder. You have enough convection to build up vertically high enough into the atmosphere. You get one or two bolts of lightning, and then it quickly dies down. We had one of those well east of us, about maybe 80 to 90 miles east of Guam. We're going to see that with the heavier showers over the next 12 to 18 hours. Otherwise, not a washout, but again, these showers could come in a brief downpour and then they move right on out. And this is the theme with these shear line type features that just really blow out across the area. And this is a theme largely across the region. We have that cold front coming way down from our northeast, northwest of Hawaii, then it cuts right across the area. And the shear line cuts right across Guam and the CNMI, then goes on toward the Philippines, where there might be a weak circulation near Palau. No threat to us, of course. Much wetter pattern across Micronesia with the ITCZ, kind of a tropical wave near the dateline. That'll be pushing westward. We'll be watching that for any kind of inclement weather that may be coming to the Micronesia, the Marshall Islands in the coming several days. But overall trends, we're going to be a little bit wetter than normal across the Marianas, and that's with this persistent shear line. About an inch of rainfall expected now through next Monday, and then about 3.5 inches rainfall over the next 10 days. But otherwise, not too bad. We do have a couple of advisories in effect. The beach hazard statement for Indo-Pacific man of war still washing up on our beaches. So
oh no,
this is generated off of reports. So if you are at the beach and you see these on the beaches, please let us know, because this is an event report-driven product. Beach hazard statement for Indo-Pacific man of war washing up on the beaches. They're primarily on the windward-facing beaches, but not limited to those beaches. So keep that in mind. If you see them, don't step on them. Stay away from them, because the tentacles can be very long and stretch out in the waters or on the
Landon,
beaches.
real quick, we talked about this last week, because when you say like the windward side of Guam, I mean, all my friends in Oahu, they say, are you on the windward side or the leeward side? out here we don't use those terms as often. So, but basically, like if you're saying the Portuguese man of war, very, very common to like Jeff's Pirates Cove down in Ipan. So that would be the windward side of the island, right?
That's exactly it. Jeff's Pirates Cove down Ipan Beach, First Beach, Marble Cave, Pago Bay, Telepopo Bay. But then also we're getting
they
reports.
do show up in Telepopo Bay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's correct. And we're also getting some reports up at Taragi Beach, up at Anderson, then also around Retidia Beach, because you get the strong wraparound currents and swell up there as well. High risk of rip currents through Wednesday afternoon along east-facing reefs. Those are also those same beaches from Jeff's Pirates Cove all the way down to Inaraha and then northward up to Anderson, and then probably Retidian. So watch out for strong currents at Retidian. The winds will be elevated in the coming days with that shear line still remaining in our neighborhood, pumping those strong northeast winds the next several days. Small craft advisory remains in effect for the coastal waters of the Marianas the next several days. So the winds and seas and surf will remain hazardous at least through the bulk of the week. So watch out for that if you're going to be outside. But again, not so bad. But if you're going to be painting your roof, it's not a good day or a week for that, it looks like. And
okay,
so I'm out of luck.
Looking at from a historical perspective, is this expected to be a drier January than we normally see, or even wetter?
We're going to be a little bit wetter than normal, and that's typical with these La Nina patterns. Our dry season tends to be a little bit wetter, and so we're more or less in the wet part of the dry season. So we have a lot more showers, but these showers individually are not dropping a lot of rainfall each session. It's more of a light, drizzly nuisance rainfall, gets things wet, and then it moves on through. So you think about back in September, October, and November in the wet season, you get a 10 or 15-minute shower, and it drops about a half inch of rainfall. Gotcha. You get a 10 or 15-minute rainfall here, it's about a tenth of an inch or less, just enough to get things wet. But La Ninas typically make our dry season a little bit wetter, a little bit windier, and then we'll be in the heart of the dry part of the dry season come February, March, and April.
Well, as you were detailing again your home projects, I mean, we wish you and your family, your twin brother Brandon and his family, beautiful family, the very best heading into the new year. And we appreciate you saying that you've got some household projects going on, because you say it's been less than ideal conditions for you to paint. I've been actually looking for those oscillating devices so I can cool down my house. So like my only goal is to get only fans.
Yes. Only. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah,
I will say
we'll see if we can make it work, because it has been rather hot lately. But Landon, man, we appreciate it, and Happy New Year to you and the crew over there at the NWS.
And thank you to my friend in Kentucky for the awesome gift of maple syrup and coffee. You can never go wrong with coffee for us long hours and shift workers here.
Coffee is good. And coffee is good for you. So, hey, sharing is caring, yes. Man. We'll get together one of these days, and we'll open up a bag.
Absolutely. I'll have you over sometime.
True to form, everybody. Landon Aylett and his crew over at the NWS, always grinding.
Always grinding.
Bringing you the weather and in coffee beans. we got all sorts of crazy wordplay on today's show. All right, stay tuned. House of Home is next.